Welcome to TDD.Academy. My name is Lancer Kine, and over there is solopreneur David Kuntz.
Hey y'all. How's it going, Lance?
It's going pretty well. Me and OBS have minor battles before each show. Sometimes it goes so smooth.
Who's
I
winning?
don't even know what happened, and then lately it's been, I think last week was pretty smooth. This week, I think last week it was a minor battle too, probably. Yeah.
It's tough to know.
Computers,
Yeah.
man, they're such a pain in the butt.
They're going to be the death of us all, aren't they?
Probably. They're going to automate everything. Thanks to us.
Yeah. Well, luckily I don't write a lot of good code, so it doesn't
snap. Hey, how's it? Are we coming into LinkedIn? We've been trying to get that to work out, and I've only seen weird stuff happen.
I've got the audio, but
Are we just a black box in LinkedIn again?
I don't see the video yet. But I think it's some time frame behind us.
But no, you're not seeing the splash screen or anything. You're not seeing video at all.
I do see the splash screen.
Okay. Yeah, I think
splash screen is up
congratulations, David. I think we finally arrived to LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn?
Because
we're on?
Up until this point. Now, last week I didn't have time. I was too busy Kotlining things. But
should I call up my parents and tell them to watch us?
Of course they follow you in LinkedIn, right? They have like, you guys are LinkedIn connected, aren't you? You've been endorsing your dad's skills, haven't you?
Not quite that much.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad is a Luddite. He refuses to get on the
Well, that could be an
computer.
endorsement. Luddite, Class A, uses a hammer on things that, are electric.
He's good with a hammer.
Well, cool. So, hey, I have an announcement on Agile Thoughts. We just started a new Agile Thoughts podcast. We started a series about designers in Agile, and we have a guest named Denise Lodge, who's a designer, and she's talking about how her project got transformed from going 6 to 9 months waterfall specifications and design specs to sprinting. So
All
a
right.
lot of folks out there. I mean, there's a lot of designers out there, and what I've seen is that designers are kind of late to the Agile game. Not their own fault. They're just like if there's one designer and 8 developers, you're trying to transform it. You focus on the 8 developers and figure the designer will figure out what they need to figure out. But so we're doing a series with her. They'll probably be in the next 5 weeks of Agile Thoughts. Will be that. If there are any designers out there, we've done some past episodes about designers in Agile. I think this will be our fourth series. So yeah.
All right. That sounds great. I love designers. When I get to work with some, I think they're a fun group to work with.
I mean, rumor has it that our very own Taylor Swift is a designer. He's you kind of tell he dresses the part.
He does. Yeah. He's a designer. He probably, creates fonts in his spare time, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, probably. Actually, certainly does. And I'm going to use a big word here, so hang on a second. I've bifurcated my Twitter. So I've gone from Lancer Kind, software Agile coach dude and science fiction writer to Lancer Kind. Still both of those things, but now I'm putting the Agile stuff and the development stuff on a different channel. So folks, if you're following me on Twitter, you can, if you're a developer, like you're tuned in on this show, you're interested in this other Twitter, which is Agile Thoughts.
What is it?
1. So Twitter/Agile Thoughts 1. If you still follow Lancer Kind, you'll still get some of the noise. I've had classmates, maybe even fans, say, I like all this science fiction stuff, but man, when you start talking about code stuff, I don't even know what's happening. I'm reading your tweet, and I realize I can't understand one thing here. And then they go, oh, this must be that's the computer stuff.
Yeah. That's the way my mom will call me up and say, I was reading your LinkedIn page, but I didn't understand any of it.
Wow, your mom's reading your LinkedIn page? You serious?
Well,
Wow.
why don't you just not read it, Mom?
Wow, I'm mad at my mom. I don't think she ever reads my LinkedIn page. I'm going to have a talk. Just Facebook. That's the level she gets on that kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So what are we going to work on today?
We're going to work on something. That's right. Well,
what's the code we're going to do today?
We're back to our text edit box, and we want to test drive something that impacts a view, right? And that's a big challenge in the TDD community. And people have done it on various platforms, but it's not well documented, and nobody else talks to each other about it. So we're putting it on here live, David. We're going to figure stuff out. We may make mistakes, and we'll probably figure some things out
make
too.
Mistakes? and paint ourselves into a corner.
Oh, you know how that is. We are quite the painters.
Yeah.
You got to like big jumps out of those corners. All right. So, hey, I'm ready to share the screen if we're ready to get going. All right.
Yeah, I'm always
dun,
ready
dun, dun.
to get going.
All right, let's transition to the code. So last episode.
All right, here's the problem,
What's that?
though, Lance, is on my screen on Zoom,
Something
I don't see the big, I need the whole screen because the fonts are so small, it's just...
What am I showing you here? Okay, hang on a second.
I'm seeing your OBS screen.
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay,
there we go. So this time I saw the whole OBS rigmarole.
So you're taking notes, right?
And yeah, I've got it all recorded here so that I can do it myself.
Right. Nice.
No way. Of course, I'd have to buy a satellite dish or something. I'm sure your friend would tell me I needed to spend some more money.
I think you'd pass a lot. Well, you got it. Well, yeah. Let's not go down there. All right.
Yeah, let's just stop there.
Let me hide this.
Yeah. We didn't actually name names.
Well, we will though. We're not shy about that. I'm told some of those names actually watch our show. I don't know if they're just teasing me or they're trying to make me feel good, but You know who you are, names. Yeah. Oops, I'm pointing at people and they only see the screen. You know who you are, names.
Yeah.
I heard you're watching the show.
They know who they are.
Okay, cool.
And they're critiquing us.
Doing a quick check on what in the world do I see on Twitch? Okay, I'm just making sure we didn't get any chats. Well, hey, can you see the code?
I've got it. Yep. Got the code.
All right. And I don't have floating heads over the code again, David. I did not turn that on. So we should write me a SMS after this and say, Lance, or we'll talk about this after the show. We want floating heads by the code. Okay. So I'm sorry.
We got floating heads on the.
Yeah. So it's all you're only gonna see the code today, folks. Here, you can see us, and then you can see the code. So, anyways, so we have a TextWatcher. Okay, we realized we did some redesigning, and we said, hey, we want to have a view where we can edit things, and frankly, I gotta go find the thing. Where is our view? Edit text observer? No, that's not it. So there's a TextWatcher. I remember what that is, and it inherits from TextWatcher, and that's a special class to allow us to capture events, because our goal, let me launch the app here. I actually got the app already running. Our goal is to type stuff into this, a social security number, and have it manage the dashes for us. So when I type in, what was your social security number again, David?
It's 986.
Okay. And now I have to hit a dash. It's like, okay. And now keep going.
Oh, 75 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
7,
Oh,
5.
I want to get it right
this
here.
right, or else
I got to
7,
file my
5.
tax returns right after the show.
Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Yeah, that's
And we wanted to put the dashes in, and that means we have to watch the text as it goes in, and we got to like boink, put in a dash. And I know there's gonna be some complications, like if I backspace, like I made a mistake. You guys saw that. We got to handle some things here. I also believe that there probably ought to be a mask in the background, but let's tackle this thing one at a time and see if we can get the dashes in there automatically. Okay, and then if I look at the output down here, if I look at the run output, I believe, yep, there it is. You will see, yeah, we're typing stuff in, and we are getting things called cursor position, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so
So this is the live thing. So you just you type those dashes in.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And so that event, we have like 3 major events. We have the before text change, the on text change, and after text change. And if we're going to put a dash in there, I'm kind of, I don't know, I don't have a strong opinion, but I'm kind of thinking after text change, because somebody typed something in.
Yeah, for the third character.
Sorry?
Yeah. After the third characters, after text change. Yeah.
So that's the first thing I think we need to test drive. And but first I want to identify where and I'm having literally trouble trying to remember which is our view. Where is our view? I'm going to close. I got too many windows open. I think I want to, is there a close all on this IDE? Probably. Can't get anything done without a good close all. I don't know. I can't find it, so I'm going to tap on it. All right, I'm going to close all the windows. Holy smokes, was I busy? And okay, cool. So I know we want this one, and now we got to figure out where my TextWatcher is. So first fragment is probably not it. Basically, if I don't see it setting up the listener, I know it's not it. And oh, okay, that's the fast way is to go, oh, this is security watcher. Why do I have, oh, I have a test. I was going to say, why do I have a test? Well, that would be a redundant question. So let's see who uses this class. Find usages of our TextWatcher. And that will be edit text observer KT. That is just a weird name. Why did I call it an observer? I can't even imagine what I was thinking. Come on, get me in there. So what do I have to do to get me in there? Edit text observer. I have to navigate up here apparently. All right, cool. There we are. So there's our view class. So it inherits from app compat edit text. Don't ask me why it's called that, but it's an app.
Okay.
And it's for editing text. So it's the base class for editing text.
All right.
So I think we ought to write a unit test that adds a dash, like you just said it, David. Say it again. Do you remember what you just said a moment ago?
Yeah, I said we should add a dash after the third text change, after the third time we're called.
So dash is
after third character.
Okay, so there's our test. And what function are we testing this against? So I was proposing we do it on after text change, and if we learn something, then we'll adjust.
Okay. Yeah.
So after text changed, I think it is. So that's the API we're targeting, and we're going to new up this watcher again, and we can delete this test later after we happily have a new, better example. Equals SSNTextWatcher. Wow. Hang on a second. This is funny. Whatever we did last week, we did it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to ask you about that.
What were we doing? So we should probably run that and find out how to make it work. Let's see. So it's, hang on a second. Stop the presses. We're going to back up a step here. This is what happened. So I gotta wait. I gotta get back on camera here. I don't have my keyboard shortcuts. This is what happens when people don't call on the show and tell us we're doing something wrong. I'm talking about all you. You didn't call in. Chat us up.
Yeah.
Make my phone ring. Do something. Say, hey,
They probably ran out of minutes, you know.
shoot. All right, SSNTextWatcher. Now, it isn't happy with me, and I'm not sure why. I'm guessing you would think it's probably in imports because we're importing test. Well, no, that's a good thing to import. We're in package, com example, test basic, whatever. Com example, okay. And my, what's it called again? Edit text observer. We got to fix that name too. I hate that name.
Hey, I didn't create these names.
Yeah. You're a free man.
I assume
but I don't want to refactor in the middle of doing this, so let's see here. So edit text. No, that's not what I'm newing up. I'm confusing myself. I want to new up the SSNTextWatcher, which is in my widgets. And I'm going to go in here and actually look at its package. Its package is simply my widgets. So that's a nice, refreshing short name.
Okay.
So we just import my widgets. And resist the urge to put a semicolon there. Oh, I do a dot something. Okay.
Dot star, I suppose, to import
Sweet.
everything
Now
in
it's
it.
happy again. So now we can run this test for reals.
Oh, nice.
You were going to say something. What's
Okay.
going on?
No, I'm good. You're not running the old test, which was TextWatcher test, which would have been like a recursive function, right? So, yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. And that worked for us last. How in the world did that work for us last time? I don't know. I'm not going to think about that too hard. Okay. Running it.
I don't know. Are you suggesting that this one would actually run and do nothing?
Yeah. And it did. Well, this test is just checking. It isn't about addition. This was a can we instantiate. Okay, I'm going to butcher that one. The class. We're not going to keep this around anyhow. But can we instantiate the class? That answers the question.
Okay.
If it passes, then we can instantiate the test.
Okay.
So that's what the test does. But we don't need that now. Very shortly, we're going to not need that class because we'll be instantiating all over the place. All right, so now.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
So now you want to write this test. So we want to create a new watcher. And then I suppose we're going to, can we add keystrokes to this watcher, or does that have to be done externally?
No, well, so our test will have to send keystrokes to it, meaning it'll have to send input to it. I don't know the key part. It won't use keys, but.
Yeah, I'm just saying, is that a call on this watcher, or is that done through some other class?
Let's investigate. So we got this thing newed up. That's what we want to test. You're like maybe a half a step ahead of me or a whole step ahead of me, something like that. And now the question is how do we send it input? So if I'm really naive, whoops, I got to make sure I've got our code on camera there. If I'm really naive, I'm just going to be like, well, can I just do a watcher dot something as if I didn't just write this a second ago. And it has a bunch of arguments. And I can't read the arguments. So if I look at oops, not that one. But look at this. It's taking characters in text edit, and it's getting the position, number of characters to replace, and count of characters in that one. So that was before text change. After text change, it gets characters editable as an option. on text change. Which one we were talking about doing it on after. So here's the problem. It looks like after isn't going to work for us because, well, it could work.
Well, after we're going to have the characters, but the question is, where do we insert into?
We're missing information. That's interesting why that API is doing that. So it looks like, I think, before and the on have the same amount of information. Cursor position. Okay, so this has 1, 2, 3, 4 arguments, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 arguments. Count of characters added. I think I'm going to say they are the same API. They have the same parameters. But the after one is definitely not. I'm going to say, well, that's not what we want to do. We want to use one of the other two.
Oh,
and
okay.
it appears to me, David, that if we just pass in a character sequence, it's a readable sequence of character values, then we can write back into it. So
you think you can read and write to that text editable sequence?
So let's test it out. Actually, so we're going to like call timeout on the, here, I'm gesturing at the camera, and since we're not floating heads, got to fix that. Call timeout a second. So I think we need to learn something. We need to.
Okay.
Your point is like, you know, why would we TDD against that API if that API doesn't give us what we need? So we should find out first if that API is going to give us what we need. Meaning we need to be able to edit. We're going to read from it and write into it, right? Because we want to write a dash in there. The funny thing is, I think I know the answer, but I haven't tried this particular task, so this could be yet another answer. So
Okay.
Because this strategy is a little different than what I was doing in the past, and I'm kind of curious now if this will be yet another way. So, oh look, okay. So characters in text edit, we already know that this is telling us what's been typed in, but what we don't know is if we can write into it. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And is that the question you were asking? Is how do we give it input? So we have to, if we pass this in, that gives us input, but the next step is to add a dash, and I don't know if that'll work. So let's try to add a dash. Let's try to add something to the end of the input on text change.
On text change.
Yeah. So let me, whoops.
Okay.
So I'm going to run so we're not doing TDD at this moment, folks. I don't want you to be confused, because the main point is we determined our spec. We know what we want to do, but now we have a question like, well, is our design going to support what it is we're trying to do? So we're going to answer that really quick with a prototype. So we're going to change this code, and then we'll delete the code, but we're going to change the code to answer the question, can we add things into that text? Okay? And then David, he'll call the what's that cop's name?
The
Copy paste cop.
cop?
Yeah, he'll call the copy paste cop, and if something goes awry, put a stop to this.
Well, are you going to change it here or in the test?
I'm gonna. So we need to run it in the Kotlin application to see if the bloody thing will let us edit inside that by talking to this parameter. Because this parameter says it's a value parameter. I think I already know the answer.
Yeah.
But let's confirm.
Okay.
So let's write to it. See if we can write to it. Characters, and then I'm going to run the application, and then we'll find out whether or not that will work. Wow, that's some great spelling I did there too. Dot.
Yeah, I was wondering about that
That's-
spelling,
that's-
but I'm going to be kind of quiet there.
You were quiet. I can't believe.
Yeah, I'm
being
awful
nice.
quiet.
Okay, so I don't see an edit.
Well,
How would we do a set maybe? I don't see a set, and that's a really big API, so I don't know. I see a trim. That's almost like editing.
Yeah, if it doesn't have a set, does it have a get?
Well, how I'm printing it out just by referencing it, so it has a get. it might be implicit, but on each, blah, 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 pad in, pad start, partition, random. All right, map index, index of, fold. I don't know what fold would, oh, I think that's when the text is too big to fit on the screen. Or, yeah, in the display. First, I have no idea. Find, ends with. And since it's a value, I feel like it's not going to work for us to edit.
Yeah.
But I'm open to trying. There's a get, but no set. Okay. So, oh, but there's a, look at this. There's a ability to index it. So we could just like put something in there and see what happens. Is that fair?
Okay, if you think that'd work.
Well, I don't think it'll work, but I want to see if it'll
Okay.
work. Actually,
Okay.
I'm working in a moment of no, I don't think it'll work, but I'm willing to try. I've
Okay.
been open-minded to this one.
So you're going to try and shove an A into the first
And it's not working how I'm referencing it.
index zone of that.
Why do you want that work? I need some like. Okay, there we are. We've answered the question.
No set method provided array access.
So we have two things, folks, that are telling us that no edity, no changes on this. This is a, if you hover over this, it's a value parameter, which means we can't change it up to the caller. It's just passed down to us. And the other thing is what you just saw is we can't, there's no set method. So I think we definitely need to adjust our designs, what we learned. So, okay.
So back out your changes out of this class. I'm not even sure what class we're in.
This is our test. No, I'm sorry. This is our TextWatcher.
No, it's not.
So, yep.
Yeah.
Now, here's remember the badly named class?
Well, I don't know which one you're referring to. I think there's multiple.
Oh, you just did a throwdown. This one, David.
Be more specific,
Edit
please.
text observer, which I'm going to name right now.
Okay.
I'm bloody renaming it
Gonna
so I can no
rename it?
longer refer to it as the badly named class, and then we can find out what else is on your mind. This is the edit text, or text edit box, maybe? Edit text is a stupid name too, to be honest. But it's inheriting from a class called edit text, so I got to yell at the Kotlin guys on that one.
So it's what type of box is it? It's a field for editing Social Security numbers.
Okay.
SSN field.
Works for me.
That's really specific.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
All right, that works for me. All right, now, this fella, I just want you to show you something here. Let me jump into, I'm going to show you something. If I do a this dot, see all of these things like set text and add text and all this stuff. This is the thing that actually edits the text. Like if you're not sure about this, we can initialize it. Like this dot set text.
Yeah. Set it to, yeah, that's a good first thing.
Okay, enter, and then we could run it and just show that we are targeting the right thing. So folks, what we're doing is we're trying to prove to ourselves that when we do TDD, we know what to do, that we know what code to write. Okay, what happened? I made something angry. Oh, look at this. So the really badly named class is, my refactoring browser did not help me here. So for some reason, it did not
You got to
change
import.
that. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this a bunch of times. Why, David, did my refactoring browser not... Did I do something wrong? I'm in a Java class, by the way. Do you see this?
You're now in a Java class?
If I'm in activitybinding.java, this must be that seam between Kotlin and Java.
Yeah, I don't understand that Kotlin Java situation.
I'm just going to accommodate and not ask too many questions. I don't know why the refactoring browser didn't handle that, but it might not do cross-language. So I suppose, yeah, I suppose everything in Java has been like ignored, and so I'm getting hit with I'm just helping to convince David, folks, that he'll never want to write Kotlin, because
I will never come over to the... I didn't have this problem in the little example programs in Kotlin.
Did you refactor anything, David?
No, probably not.
Another one.
But I assume that the Java thing was just a leftover. I didn't have to worry about it.
I'm still being beat up over this. Is this not the... Oh, wait. Am I messing with code that's generated?
Place?
This is generated. Okay. I already did this.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to be stepping into the I don't know Kotlin world pretty fast here. Why? I have to do a build. Let's do a build. I'm going to cross my fingers. Come on, baby. Fix all those funny names. It didn't fix all the funny names. All right, what's going on? Boy.
Did you change the name of your file?
Oh.
Did you change the name of the file with the name of the class
idea.
that you were
That's a
changing?
great idea. I did not change the name of the file. So let's go do that. Rename. Refactor. Rename. And that, David, is why you're on the show. Scope project. Yeah. I'm getting scared of all places. But all right, so that's been renamed, and then if we do a build, I was wondering, what I was about to do is run into the XML file, see if we had a change in there, but let's not, you may have put your finger on the problem. You little brats. All right, I'm going to say there's something in the XML file we have to update. Well, I want to get into the XML file, I don't want to read all this. Oh, code, there it is.
Like open in the code editor.
Yeah, so we basically have these XML files to go inspect, or I need to search for the name. Well, let's see, I'm already in one of them. Let's take a look.
Are you going to search for your old file name?
That observer something.
It's edit text observer. It's right down here in,
Thank you.
in the very bottom
Observer.
window. For some reason. I don't know what it's doing there, but
it's haunting
yeah.
me. That's what it's doing now. Okay, none in there. There's some in here. All right. So my hypothesis is that these XML files generate the stuff, and that stuff would be Java files, apparently.
Are the XML files regenerated or?
No, these are. So when you use the designer in Kotlin, this is the output.
Okay.
So, whoops. Okay, so now I need rename this thing. Can I refactor? Let's try that and see if it's called
SSN field, wasn't it?
Well, I don't want to quite go that far. There it is. Okay.
Okay. I was seeing there.
All right, let's see. So I was 2 of 4.
That was one place, yeah.
And says no results. And then code. Okay. Let's see if that fixed it. So we changed it in content main, I think. I'm trying to remember what I changed so I can learn. Make project. Maybe I should be tweeting Ajit. Ajit, get on the show. I have a question for you. Build finished. Well, that's promising.
That's, yeah, that just says we're going to run into a lot more problems later on.
Wait a minute, David.
Okay.
Hang on a second, folks. I got to talk to him.
Yeah.
David, we're developers. This is what we like to do. We like to beat our heads over and over on something till we figure it out. That's how we got here, man. We didn't get here because it was easy.
How we got here.
Otherwise, anybody be a developer.
That's right. That's right. It wasn't just as easy as like chewing gum,
for example. Right.
For example, yeah. Okay, so we've got a building. It's building now. It doesn't like our. We were going to run it and see if something happened. Where were we when we first started getting derailed?
Yeah, for sure. So, by the way, I'm fixing our screen for a second. I noticed I didn't quite have it all fully on there. And we got that nice blank spot for next time to put our talking heads. All right, cool. So, where were we? Yeah, we wanted to run it to demonstrate that we can edit the text box.
We could.
So I'm going to run it, and we're going to see something great, folks. And then David's going to give me his social security number again. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be making money like left and right here. Yeah. Okay, now this. All right. I don't know if that's the new one.
Is this our code? Oh, you're switching screens too fast for me.
I don't know if I.
But keep going.
I got to run it.
Keep going.
Not with coverage.
Oh, I thought you already.
I don't know what I just did. I was too fast for myself, as a matter of fact.
Okay. That test should be failing to compile.
So it didn't launch it yet. Sorry? The test should be failing to... Yeah, okay. Build failed.
But that's a test.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't. Okay.
No, it should be okay. And that's just running the test, so we got to change. See if I remember how I did this last week. Okay, there it is. This context here, I have to change it to app. And play button is now not a play button anymore.
Run app. Okay, yeah.
That is really interesting. Contextual buttons. All right, build succeeded. Down here it's installing. That's good.
Is it?
I don't know if you can read that down there.
It's installing. It's installing to the
simulator. Our audience can
simulator.
even read it after I adjusted the screen. Launch succeeded. Wow, it gives you a pop-up bubble over here. I'm going to tap on the run thing. This is where it's going to talk about David or somebody or whoever it was in the OpenGL library. Oh, there it is. Hey, Davey.
Davey, yeah.
I wonder if that's a version number. All right, look at that.
I don't know what it would be.
Do you feel like you...
We've got enter David's social security number right here.
Do you feel...
All right, so we can pop text. We can shove text into the text field.
But we have to use that other class.
Okay. The other class. I don't remember what that other class is.
Remember we have the we have an SSNTextWatcher, which we're TDDing on. And then we have our view layer class, which is our
SSN
that's
field.
It. Right. And so, folks, the main point is make sure I have no critical things like my social security number. Folks, the main thing is we don't want it's very difficult to write tests for a view object, which is our SSN
field.
And we want to write tests for complicated things where we need for this logic for the SSNTextWatcher. Whew, we might have to shorten that name. But anyways, so what this means is our SSN TextEditWatcher needs a reference back to the view so it can manipulate it, because it only has read-only logic right now. Okay? So we have to do yet again another design change before we get down to it, because we're missing a capability. All right, so what does that look like? So we need, where is that little guy? Well, let's clean up the XML files. I hope I don't have to go back in that again. Content main.java XML was the key player there. Content main.
It's got a red edit text observer there, which is saying that it's not importing the thing that we changed to SSN field. The my widget SSN field. If it needs
that was Java,
it can't
so
find it.
I don't know if that's still, I don't know how, so what you were looking at there could be buffered and old. I don't know,
Yeah.
and I would suggest just pretending you didn't see that until it comes up again, if it happens.
All right.
Fingers crossed. So SSN field, SSNTextWatcher, boom. So we need to change our design a little bit. So when this thing instantiates the SSNTextWatcher, we need to pass ourselves in so that we can edit it. Does that sound fair?
Okay. I don't know who our self is.
Well, so SSN field.
Our self is
so when
the
we go into
field.
TextEditWatcher, we need a reference to the SSN field.
Field. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that we can mutate
Right.
it.
Which leads me to think about when we do the unit test now, we have to pass that in, and then we have to figure out how to mock it or something. And that sounds a little scary to me. I was hoping to do this without any references to views in our unit test. And right now, we're headed down the direction of passing it so we could edit it. Unless there's an API that this thing has, but I mean, if it has an interface, we could pass an interface instead of the whole schlemiel. That's a Google search, I think, if I have to go down and figure that one out. So right now we inherit. Oh, by the way, Kotlin has single inheritance. So, you know, whatever, we can only inherit from one thing. So that probably means app compat edit text has a whole bunch of things attached to it. So what I was hoping, if this had a lot of, if this mentioned a number of other interfaces, we could probably narrow the thing that we're passing to the interface we care about. But I don't see a lot of interface. I see one thing. This one. So I think we got to pass this and hope that we can figure out how to mock what we need when we write our test. Otherwise, we'll have to think of something else, like a decorator or something. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna change the design so it's SSN Watcher this, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna add a constructor. And in Kotlin, you declare it like thusly. Let's see here. SSN field. Right there. And this is where you put your constructor declaration.
Okay.
Don't yell at me, Kotlin folks, if
And
there's
that's
something a better way to mention this. But this declares within our class, SSN field is now a real thing. We don't have to create a private down here. It's just this, boom, it's there now.
Okay.
And so I think it'll compile now. Let's find out. See how well. Oh yeah, we have to. By the way, our test now needs one of those. So we're already like we're getting smacked in the face right there where we have to touch a view object in a unit test. So I'm a little bit scared of that. All right, so I'm gonna have to put something in here to even make it compile. But before I do that, let's just see if everything else compiles. Let's prove that everything else is gonna compile. SSN field this, so it updated that for us. And I'm gonna do a build. Butterfly F9. Gradle build running. Okay. That is a deal. And we could run it, I guess, to see that nothing's different. Pretty confident it'll be fine. And then the hard part, we have to figure out how to pass in, how to make our unit test pass in something that's useful there. Gradable finish, launch succeeded. Boom. Okay. All right, so everything's copacetic. Now we got the hard part. We have to determine if this strategy is going to work for unit testing. We have to make this. We're back to this test, our very basic test. Can we instantiate something that is dependent on a text edit or SSN field? So I don't know. To me, the obvious thing is to, it probably won't work, but is to do this. But I know it won't work because we have to pass in some other things, right? Because it itself requires some things. So rather than completely explore this from first principle, I'm going to do a Google and see what people say about mocking an app edit context.
Okay.
Oh, I want to instantiate in unit test. And then they'll tell me, oh no, you can't do that. Or you have to do a mock, or you have to do blah. Whoa. Build local unit tests. How do I have an app compat edit class? Okay, something's going on there that looks promising. So he sees his app compat edit text.
Up there, yeah.
And this is the
As a password.
So this is the question guy, so he's going to
Okay.
have a problem doing this. EM something password. How did he can't instantiate it. He must be just pseudocoding this because I don't see any, it doesn't have the dependencies. All right, let's go down to an answer. That didn't help me a lot. I don't know what this KinV is. Running unit test for Android application, blah, blah, blah. So he has a reference here, but where does he initialize it? Here. Oh, and he calls something that's a factory method. Oh, well, that's a whole different strategy. And I don't know anything about this framework he's working with, so let's go find another.
I can tell you that the find view by ID is some sort of Kotlin Android lookup for a view.
Oh yeah.
That has been created. So it's as if you're saying, "Hey system, give me this view." That's what the find view by ID is doing. The fact that I don't know where this RID PWD is coming from.
Yeah. Capital RID PWD. So that might be something to do with the Robo Electric framework or something. I mean, I'm just totally speculative here.
Yeah, my guess is when that view was created, that's the ID of the view, and that the R is like resource or something like that.
bunch of stuff here. All right, what are we looking at now? Mock Android dependencies.
Olivia says that.
Hey, I'm live, man.
Oh.
Can you go say hi to the audience? You
Hi to the
want to
audience.
complain about your sister out live to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Why
Oh, your sister's here now too. Wow, we're just gonna have a family show.
not? Is she allowed to have
Do you
1
really
hour
need to do
40
this now?
minutes? Just quick answer. Is
You
she-
know, why do I have to do my dad role now? Why don't you go talk to mom? Shoo shoo, go away. I'm checked out. I'm not dad right now. I'm like Kotlin developer trying to find
Extraordinaire.
out something. Let's see here. Unit test, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking for something. I'm not liking all this Mockito now that we're starting to step into that. Class inner test is a mock context. And a context is one of the types that we need in the code, if I remember right. Yeah. Okay, well, this might be useful. Better pay attention then. So we make some mock context. And object under test, class under test, takes the mock context. So class under test would be, that's a weird name, but that would be our SSN watcher.
Mm-hmm.
My object under test, get hello world string. And the string is returned from the object under test, the result should be the expected one. All right, this actually looks promising. I'm sad I have, it's pushing me to bring in a framework. Let's learn more, error. Okay, if you run a test that calls an API from an Android SDK that you do not mock, you'll receive an error that says this method is not mocked. That's because used to run unit tests not containing the actual code. Okay.
Since it's the break.
Hey, I'm live. You're like talking over on my stream, man.
Since it's the break.
Can you you guys gotta leave me alone for a while. No
just
no dad
one
dependencies
question.
today. I already have context and annotation dependency. Oh, you're not gonna accept this? You wanna talk David and I are trying to get something done. You're still here.
Since it's the break, I can have 1 hour.
No,
and
no,
40
this is not stuff we
minutes.
should be talking about on the show. Go away. Shh, 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 shh.
It's just one question.
Okay, I'm gonna say no. Now go, please.
Can you answer the question?
I did. I said no.
It's true.
Talk to me later. Wow. I am sad, David. I feel like I'm gonna have to mock context. I want to mock context without using a mock object framework. Let's see, this is more mock stuff again.
What even if you mock the context, wasn't there something else you needed to pass into this edit text
Yeah,
thing?
an attribute set as well. So, well, okay. Rather than be sad, let's try something out here. So if I have to make a context, how would I make a context? Okay.
My guess is you get past a context from somebody who holds it. That's some sort of view context. That first one looks promising.
App compat activity.
Does this word compat mean something to
I
you?
just it's consistent language. So we're working in edit app compat.
Yeah, oh no, I
Don't know what it means.
I caught the similarity. It looks like that this came from the compact
I know, that's what I first kept thinking too. That was compact. That's what I thought too. All right, so what is this? Then pass context, da da da. What are they doing? I'm not sure. Gar's power of. Context. Where did this context come from? Context, and it's passed in. Yeah, I just don't know what a context is. I don't think this part's helping me too much. Main activity. Okay, so they do, there does seem to be a basic Android thing where they have activities. Okay, app compact activity on create, blah, blah, blah. And then the permission stuff. Explicitly starting components, new intent, activity, start activity, creating a view, context containing things about the devices. That makes sense. Oh boy, I wrote instantiate. That should be the right word. And I don't like getting a lot of help. Local broadcast, so get instances. Local broadcast. Treating a system service. Application versus app context, activity context. I wonder. Yeah. All right, let's. This is not too helpful. Oh. Anything about creating a context? Application versus activity context. Yeah, I don't think this is too helpful. So, take another look. Developer, content, context-oriented programming. Okay, how do I get a context? Maybe I change my question. This is an abstract class. Wow. That actually, if it's an abstract class, well, it means it's missing some things. So that actually should be, the fact that it's abstract makes me think it should be able to mock it easily. Oops, let's see. Let's take a quick look at this. So when he has an application that initializes context inside of another object of some kind. Yeah, late in it means I'm not going to initialize you now, I'm going to initialize you later.
Okay.
So he's not instantiating it here, but he has a setter for it. Oh, then after the app is started, extends. Yeah, it's just extending something. All right. I think that's not helping me enough. So I don't want object class. I think.
What did those quick help things there say? How do I get a context in Kotlin Fragment? Click, open that up, yeah.
get application context don't work. So what can I do? Yeah, I feel like get application context is going to not be accessible in here, but let's just do a quick test of that. No, okay. Because once I'm running a unit test, I don't expect to have anything like that in here. Get activity, which returns the activity associated with a fragment, whatever that is. Anyways, this and just sticks us in an area that is rife and full of all kinds of fun things. I think, honestly, to move forward, I think we would be well served to. So to me, there's two strategies. Either we new up a context and manually mock it, which might mean we have to learn a lot of things, or we use a mocking framework which will fill in the blanks for us. We still might have to teach the mocking framework, what we require for our version of the app context. So I not sure which strategy will be the ultimate winner. It has to do with, so I think the testing probe would just be to create a context and see where that leads us. And if it looks like it's a lot of implementation details, and we go with a mocking framework like Mockito.
Okay, you're beyond my comprehension, but
Let's do this. So we do a var context equals context, and we type slowly here so we can get help. So it's going to take, wow, why does it say JUnit runner?
so it's an abstract class, so you can't actually create the context.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
You have to create a subclass
Yeah.
of it. So it's probably like an application context or something like that.
Yeah, so how do I implement something in?
So put application context as opposed to context.
You think you typed it all out?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's go ahead and try. Okay, let's see if we can learn before the end of the show here about context. And so I didn't want it to do that. Let's try to learn a couple things here. So context is initialized or inherited from by something else. So my something else is this mock. I gotta declare it up here. Class. And then this is weird because I see one with it's probably a namespace issue. That's probably why I'm getting these other contexts. So I got to be specific on what, which one I mean. So how do I get this one's namespace?
Go back to where we were.
I don't know. Okay. Well, that didn't help me a lot. Java laying object, Android content context. Oh, okay. So it's a content context. Oh, wow. And what are we looking at? Constants, lots of constants that are probably set by the context. Holy smokers.
Yeah, if I'm reading this right, this is all the capabilities that an Android phone has and whether or not this particular application has access to them and that sort of thing.
Well, I don't know how many fields that was, but it was a lot. So I don't know what I have to implement to make one, but let's find out. And then we'll know whether we want to hand mock or use a tool. Context. So sorry, that was a content. What was the namespace again?
Content dot
I think so, too.
context.
Wow. Here. No, here. And hey, okay, you can be here to watch, but I'm not answering any more questions. I'm talking to the small person in here. Whoa! Why is this web page? There we are. This web page is slow. Android content context. All right. Okay.
So that's still the abstract class.
Yeah. It needs like, and I'm not declaring it right either. My syntax. How do I syntax this? Do you know how to syntax this, or should I go find an example? I mean,
I don't know what you're
so
talking about.
I'm not inheriting correctly. Hide video panel, hide all these things.
Oh,
So you go into here and just
oh,
colon.
you're trying to inherit from the context.
Right. So I'm declaring a new class that
I see.
extends the
Uh-huh.
the thing that's abstract,
Uh-huh.
and then I need to the IDE
Yeah.
will actually fill in like, hey, you need to implement some things. Okay, quick fix, boom, make it happen, boom. And it
Yeah.
may be good, it may be bad, but it's worth a shot. But
I see.
I'm getting a bunch of angry little lines here. Change to constructor invocation. Add the import. Sure, we can add the import. All right, make you happy. Change to constructor invocation. Okay. Now what? Redundant empty class. So it's not doing what it expected it to do. Oh, here it is. Yay, implement members. All right. All right, implement the members. Let's see how many gazillion. You're evil. Yes, yes, look at that. Look at that loveliness.
Which of these 7,000 members would you like us to
We're gonna
implement?
implement them all. But maybe this show will be we make it something really ugly that we later use a Mockito for. All right, I'm gonna say all of them. Implement members.
How are you going to say all of
good
them? How do you
question.
say one?
Is it multi-select? All right.
You're going to try and do a select all
Boomerama.
and then hit OK.
Boomerama.
All
And
right.
then I wait.
And now it's going to do code generation for 3 weeks and come back and be ready for
Well,
us.
you know, David, do you know any jokes?
Do I know
Yeah.
any jokes? Two
Oh, it's too
programmers
late. It's
walk
already done.
into a bar.
All right. So now we got ourselves a handcrafted mock, semi-automated, crafted. Wow, a lot of fancy stuff in there. So in theory, a whole bunch of this we don't care about, and then there's probably like 5 things that we do. That's theory. So
That's a theory that's unprovable.
no, it is provable. We have a test framework. And I just changed it to mock context. Okay.
And it's going to tell you whether or not you've implemented the right 5.
Fingers crossed. Right. But I know I have an attribute too to deal with. Oops. All right, and then attribute, comma, attribute set.
Attribute set.
All right, now we have the same sort of like, oh, what's an attribute set, blah, 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 until we learn it. So writing code makes you learn how to write the code. Okay, so we have something for the mock context. Now we need an attribute set. So attribute set. All right, fine. We just type in attribute set. And of course, it requires something. How do I trigger that? Press enter to insert. I don't think it's accommodating me very well here. Oh, let's just do like that. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's go figure it out. If we go up to this.
How many parens do you have there? Why don't you do like you did the mock context there? Just new up one on a separate line. Yeah.
All right, so that means it takes an Android util, right? Or no, those are just namespaces. I think those are just.
I have no idea what that means. Is a namespace? Is that
That's what I think, but.
that means? Which is like a package? Yeah. Okay.
Oops, come back here.
And so it's going to somehow ask you if you'd like to import, and you're going to say yes. And I assume that's going to put.
I think that one is something that happened when I'm assuming that's a keyboard error.
Okay.
What is going on? I have one. Okay, did I do that or did it do that? Because
I don't
I
know.
think it's in refactory mode. Okay, so let's take that out. Okay, let's get that back like that and hit enter. Okay, now. All right, it's going to tell me it's an interface. Same sort of story. And a collection of attributes was found with a tag in an XML document. Take care of parsing attributes. All right, so this is related to that. I think the XML, but I'm gonna do the same, perhaps folly, and I'm going to make a mock
Attribute set.
What's on your mind?
Well, I was thinking it said something about retrieving one from
Yeah, I saw that too.
that help
But
help text said something about retrieving one from somewhere. But we're down in a test class which doesn't have access to all of the environment and everything that the actual Android phone is running in. So we're in this weird space where we're trying to emulate an Android phone to pass it into this watcher, and we have to implement all this crap. So
far,
it's becoming really, really hard to test.
it's two pieces of crap so far.
Yeah.
It's not like more.
Okay.
But you know, what complexity do we get with those two pieces? We don't know yet. I mean, well, we can see there's a lot, so hopefully we don't have to implement a lot of that.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at this thing, it says resources theme obtain styled attributes, which will take care of parsing the attributes for you. Well, maybe I can use that to load my attribute set. So let me, before I just use the same strategy, let's try that. Well, that thing that I probably can't remember what to type now. Resources dot theme dot obtain styled attributes. Let's try that. Was it
Capital
okay.
T, I'm pretty sure.
Obtain. I think we're up to obtain. Yeah, it was capital T. Obtain. Okay, resources dot theme dot obtain styled Why is it not? Probably need a reference if it's not a. All right, theme has stuff, but not what we are looking for.
So for whatever reason, it's not giving you quick help because you don't have whatever resource packages imported,
That
right?
could be. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking the whole namespace though, resources.theme. But let
Okay.
me click on this and see where it takes me. Boom! I never understood. Oh, damn that. You got 404 pages inside your IDE. That's not.
Try to copy and paste
Oh, that's
the actual name of the thing from the help file. Can you?
This one here. Trevor, when my PC's loaded, it's OBS. Okay. It was this call? Obtain styled attributes?
Uh-huh. Oh, was it attribute? Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to pass in. All right, how old is this? Oh, really old. Okay. Custom View API demo shows how to retrieve styled attributes. I don't know, man. This is a pretty old. Are the answers old?
Mm-hmm.
It's been edited recently, but I don't know. I'm kind of like hazy on that one. I think I'd like to let's just generate it and see where it leaves us. See where the chips lay. Okay. And here we are again. Boom. It's gotten faster. I mean, we can look at it. What do we got? So what's going to happen is it's going to give us a bunch of, the to-dos are just going to do, oh, this is interesting. So it returns an int, and if there's nothing in here, it's not going to throw an exception, I don't think. It's just, how does it return an integer based on this? I don't know how that compiles.
Well, does it compile?
I think it does, but we'll try it. We'll find out in moments here. Okay, mock attribute set. There's a mock view already. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, what does that mean, David? Could that save a lot of problems?
I have no
We'll
idea.
try that one out too. Okay.
It has been 1 hour.
Hey, kid.
So you have now a mock attribute set
Right. We'll look at that later.
full of nothings.
Okay. So if I can instantiate that, that would be a pretty cool win. if it'll instantiate without causing any problems. So let's find out.
Okay.
So here we are. We're gonna.
Alright.
This is the test. Can I instantiate the class? And if I can instantiate that and it works, wow, I'm gonna be pretty happy. I
wouldn't be
am
surprised.
totally not gonna bet any money. I would bet against me because the odds are not good. this thing that's in the way. All right, let's give it a shot. Here we go, folks. Run the tests. How do I do that? I gotta go up to here. I'm in the test. Probably context menu probably will help. I gotta get these shortcuts down. Run test. That looks like it's a. So David, I have a question for you. As a Mac user, I still get confused by this up caret. Does that really mean control or does that mean shift? Oh, that must.
Oh, I think that means control.
Oh, okay.
Shift. The second symbol is the shift symbol. That means control shift R.
All right. Let's do it, baby. Gradle building. I better drink some water here. Shoot, what am I doing without my beer? I've got kids running here bothering me. Why haven't they brought me a beer yet?
Oh,
Gotta teach
man.
those kids proper. All right, so what happened? We have a result of unresolved reference.
Edit text observer. I told you to change that.
How come we didn't change it? I thought we changed everything. And we even ran it.
I don't
How
know
did
where
get
this
back
one
in here?
is. Where is this one? I mean, I don't know what
Content
file
main.
it's in, but
That's suspicious.
oh, wow.
Because
I
we
don't know.
ran everything, and so I don't know how that happened. Anyways, let's run the test. Complaining to the computer never seems to solve anything. I don't know why.
Yeah. The computer's not listening, is it?
Wow, Instantiate class failed.
All right.
All right, we got a not implemented error. An operation is not implemented, not yet implemented. All right, now. Whew. This is where we play a game to
Where you go in and find that thing and implement it.
And so even if we use the Mockito, we'd still have to do that because Mockito only gives it basic dumb implementations. Though this not implemented error isn't maybe a basic dumb implementation. This is actually worse. This is just, hey, something, I don't know what the to-dos are for. This looks like there's an exception built into something that says something was not implemented because of that to-do. Really? Well, we're going to learn that today. Guess what today, folks? You're going to learn that. All right, so it's calling get resources on an instance of SSNTextWatcher mock context. And it's the reason why this $sign here, this is an inner class. This is David, this is the one good thing I can say so far about having loads of Java experience is that at least that part's the same even in Kotlin. It's still like kind of like works like a Java app. This is the namespace, all that blah blah blah, and then hey, it's an inner class. It's got
all
a $,
Java.
and there we are.
Okay.
So all right, so get resources. Let's go see where get resources is. Make it happy, and then we move on to the next thing it's going to reveal, and that was in mock context.
That was in your context.
There's get resources. Now, the funny thing is, it's supposed to return a resources class, and it's got a to-do. So really, do you think to-dos cause exceptions? So if I take that out, it's going to be angry with me and says, you've got to return something. All right, fine. I'm going to return.
A new resource is plural.
I might do this, though. It's going to make me get serious here. I think it's going to force me to learn how to load things because I'm not going to be able to new it up simply, and that's going to be sad. Resources.
Why does it put that
I think
slash
it's
through there like,
deprecated.
what, that's, huh.
All right, now. And there's an API in here. We saw. Oh, there's a get system. How about that? Ta-da! Problem solved. Or is it?
It compiled?
Huh?
Did it compile?
It's going to compile. It's going to be I'm going to run the test. The question is, will it pass muster at runtime? I don't know that one. All right, the next one. Method get system. In Android content
Not
resources
mocked.
not mocked. What is that? Oh, because I called get system.
Yes, you did. And apparently something doesn't like that.
I'm really puzzled. It's saying not mocked. Why does it think I'm mocking something?
You could see that URL for details.
This will be exciting.
For sure. What is it? Does it give you a black screen? Not mocked. Method not mocked.
All right, this is interesting. Android jar file that is used to run unit tests does not contain any actual code that is provided by the Android system image on real devices. Instead, all methods throw exceptions by default. To make sure your unit tests only test your code and do not depend on any particular behavior of Android platform that you have not explicitly mocked. Example using Mockito. Wow, that's pointed. If that proves problematic, you can add the snippet below to your build, create a file that changes behavior. Ooh, return default values. We are aware that the default behavior is problematic when using classes like log or text utils, and will evaluate possible solutions in future releases. Whew. Well, I don't want to be here all night, so
I don't know where that goes, but that's a rabbit
maybe.
hole.
I mean, we can copy paste that in there and see what happens, but I need to know where to put it. Does it tell me where to put this? Oh, my Gradle build.
What's in your Gradle
right.
build? In your build.
I'm willing to
Gradle.
try this out, and if we could get like a small, tiny win and close, that would be nice. This is clearly, I mean, well, okay. Let's take a giant step back. David, is there any way I could do this without depending on that view class? Because that would solve that problem, but I don't know how to. Hold on. Wait a minute. New ideas.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm not. There's an idea here. I'm having. How about this? What if we had a way to send a message back up to the view class to change its text, and we have control of it because we design it. And hold on, how's that going to work? Okay, in production, this needs to work in production too, obviously. So if all we need to do is set text. We saw that I think it's called set text is all it needs, right? The view class.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not speaking clearly. The SSN
Field.
thank you. Yay, field. SSN field dot get dot set text, I think is what it is. Here, we could triple check that. Yeah, dot set text. It's right there, folks. You can see it on the code. How do we decouple ourselves from that? Well, if we have an interface to the thing that's setting the text, and then our mock object. Oh wow, this might. Okay, I don't know. I can't even express the idea yet. My apologies. So let me see if I can write it in the code as a picture. I'm going to draw a little pseudocode here, and we'll see. Because maybe there's just a shortcut. You know, that is a rabbit hole. I agree. Maybe that one-liner will solve it. I don't know. Odds are, probably not. It's a gamble. But here's the thing. What got us in trouble is when we had to be dependent on this thing. And so that's the thing that got us in trouble. So what if this took an interface instead of this whole freaking class? And that interface provides Oh, I don't know, set text. Okay? Now in our
Okay.
unit test, if we want to call this, which doesn't take a field now, but it takes this interface that we made up that just has a set text. And now what does our test have to actually implement? We have to mock one stupid
set.
thing. It's set text. It's really easy. So maybe that sounds a lot easier. This is actually sounding a lot better now. I think we just need to create an interface that's between here. I'm doing hand gestures. I got to change cameras. We just have to create an interface that isn't about the incestuous coupling to our SSN field.text, which is a view and has context and attributes and all that stuff. We just need a set text. That's all we know we need right now. Maybe later we'll need a couple more things that we added into the interface. But for now, we just want to set the bloody text.
Okay, I'm following you, but I don't know where the next couple of steps are going to go. But I'll follow down this.
So we declare an
path.
interface. We got to come up with some spiffy name, and now oh shoot, we have single inheritance. No, okay. I hope, just like Java, that our SSN field can implement that interface. Because Java you can, and we're good if it's at
Multiple
least as flexible as Java,
Okay.
which I imagine it is. And then our unit test. Yeah, okay. So we're back to design work, folks. We're trying to get to the TDD step, but we got to do that a little more design. So let's try this. All right, let's at least get the design in place. Whew, everything wants me to move on. Hold on, later. Sorry. David, do you want to drive?
No, not really.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is not fair, David. You can implement this
Okay.
interface as well as I can. There's no reason I think you should request control right now.
But requesting control would be, how do I do
In your
that?
Zoom.
Yeah,
So you got to find the Zoom dashboard.
I've got the Zoom dashboard down here.
I'm excited. I think this is going to solve a
Share
bunch of
screen.
problems.
Cancel. No. I don't know how to request keyboard control.
What in the world? Let me see if I can figure that out. Room a Zoom. All right, I have to hit escape, bring back my Zoom dashboard. But I'm the one who's sharing, so I don't know how.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's under the ... Oh, what? Okay, there's a remote control button. Auto accept requests. Oh, I can just give it to you. Hey, here you go, David. It says I can do that. Let's try it. You're moving the mouse, bro.
Okay.
So now we have to create an interface in wherever our field is. Maybe next to our field, stick new up an interface.
Next to our
So,
field.
yeah, I mean in the app, in the project navigator.
Okay, I'm in the test. I
Yeah,
can't
over there. Project
figure out
navigator.
how to get over
And now,
there.
where is our SSN field? There it is. Cool. Can you right-click and do an add? So you have to do this in the project pane, though. Yeah,
Over
do a
here?
right-click in there and see if you can do a new. Oh, there's a new. Java. Now look for, make our lives a little easier. We could either do Java class or we're going to get an interface. And I don't see anything that says interface. Oh, let's do it in C++, David.
I want a Kotlin class.
Good point.
right?
Good point. Yeah, open that up. And, it even lets you pick an interface. So that's a little confusing. So there we are.
Okay, so this is going to be a field interface. What do we call this thing?
Okay, so this is
Input
right now it's
interface?
about setting text. So I think it's field writer, but that's makes me think of the wrong things. Am I in Dvorak land causing you this problem?
Yes.
All right.
That's what it is.
David, now, what's wrong with my fingers? I'm looking at the keys and I'm typing and it's still the wrong thing. All right. Yes, it's the.
Thank you.
I have to be careful not to grab it. Okay, text interface. That's good enough. I mean, it's not a brilliant name, but I don't have any brilliance right now.
It's not brilliant for right now. It's brilliant enough. Okay, so what do you think this thing should have? And why is it asking me to
Yes,
add
you wanna
file
add
to
that.
get?
And you're going to do, say set text. And it probably takes a string. Well, yeah, or something. We might have to go back and look at the, oh yeah. Yeah, you're doing better than I was going to do. And I don't need any of that. Well, this is my first Kotlin interface, so I'm assuming you don't need any curly braces. Just like Java, you would just hit a semicolon usually, but now you just like resist the urge to semicolon because you're done. But and then we can maybe it'll tell you what's wrong. So if you hover over those red, you got a light bulb over there. See what it says.
Add parsable implementation. What
No
does that mean?
idea. I would go ahead and add it just to see what it does. And then we can undo it. I don't think we need that.
Oh my goodness, what is
Yeah,
all that?
I don't think we need that. So I would just undo that.
Describe.
So,
Okay.
actually, that wasn't implementation? Yeah, okay. So we need to look at an interface, how to do an interface. Because I think you have a problem with look at the class, look at a function declaration and see if it's because of the parameter, maybe it's a syntax problem, I'm assuming. So they do thing,
Look at this.
name.
Okay. Class, we don't have that in ours,
All right. So it's,
nor any
Looks
other
like you did it right
imports.
to me. so it's got to be the, you got to put like, does it need void? Or func?
Oh.
You need a func.
Function, fun,
Fun. All right. Because
It ne-
David,
fun. Yeah.
you know
fun.
that Kotlin programming, it's having fun, bro.
It's fun. It's all about the fun. Okay, and when you have fun, it compiles.
Brilliant.
So now what did you want to do?
Wow, the next step.
Are we done here?
How about implement it in the add it to SSN field? So it implements it.
I'm trying to get there.
I'm excited.
So- Are you
I am.
excited?
I feel like we
I'm
just
trying to
sidestepped
go
a whole bunch
over.
of
I'm not
crap
sure.
if this brilliant plan works.
All right. If this
I think you need a
this is
comma.
like the third brilliant plan. You think
Yeah.
comma? I'm trying to get some space in here and I can't get any.
See anything happening?
Yeah, I'm hitting keys. I'm hitting the comma, hitting the
really?
space bar. I'm
I just
gonna
hit
come back
comma
over
too.
to this
I don't know where it
location
went.
and hit. Okay, I'm not getting happiness. Let me see if I can come down here. Okay.
Okay.
You try.
And I put you had the pointer there. What's going on? Why is, I see, it's not it looks like it's not in insert mode. You see what I'm saying? It's a square box. I don't know how, I have to get my big keyboard out
Okay.
to change that. I don't know how to change that.
I,
Whoa.
we got out of insert mode, like a VI insert versus
No,
command mode.
I'm thinking DOS. Would this have an insert mode? Or is this just like insane? I don't understand it. Here, I'm going to stop control for a moment and see if, okay, I can see an insertion point again. I don't know what happened there. Apparently, I can't type in QWERTY, so I have to give you control again, David.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
I can't
Okay.
work with a
Quick
lesser keyboard
start.
layout. That's just too hard.
Yeah. I'm okay. I got some spaces. That's some space. Okay, if I get in the right space by slowing down, you think it's going to be the syntax is going to be comma.
Yeah. And then your
What did we name it? Text. What did we name
I have
it?
to move the mouse for a second because the thing is
I
hiding
know
my
that sucks.
hiding my meeting controls are in the way. Okay, cool. It is called text interface. Text interface. Don't call in yet, folks. We'll rename it later. You should enter anytime you want. All right, you got it.
Hit
Well,
enter.
I was trying to help you with the command complete, but
okay. Yeah.
but you're showing off
Yeah.
your mad typing
Okay.
skills.
I wasn't
I get it.
paying attention to that.
You've been patient by the way.
I
You've
was
got a
trying to
couple
spell
shows without
correct.
typing. In fact, you've gone many shows without typing, David. No wonder you're probably
have,
knocking off a lot of rust over there.
I've lost all my typing skills. Okay, now I go up to
Hold
the
on,
top
David, you have
here,
an angry
and I'm
red
gonna
line.
say
That angry
compile
red line is
this
going to be helpful, though. I'm telling
clear. The angry red line.
you. Yeah, do you see that it says implement members?
Yeah.
I think you better click on
But
that.
I was reading here. Okay. Oh, I see. You think this thing's going to ask me to do implement set text.
Boom. Now.
And there I get my to-dos. Look at that. Auto-generated to-do.
So, David, yeah, exactly. What should you put in there?
I'm going to try and call back up to the are we going to remove the this?
No, I think you want that. Sweet. Now this one's called Sting. I thought that was some kind of like, you must be a big fan of the guy, so. Gonna leave it Sting?
Sting. Oh, did I misspell
And
something?
then you put quotes. Did it help you, or did you do
Sting.
that on purpose?
I think I did that.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
All right, so you have a set text
Wow.
now.
No, I can't spell.
Now, do you really
Okay.
want to have a hard-coded text string, or
How
you,
did that
you
help
could just
us?
pass the variable? I don't know. It's up to you. I'm
What
not sure.
variable?
Not sure where you're going on this part, but it's okay. We can leave it hard-coded, and we can fix it the next show.
I'm lost here in what we accomplished because right up above us we have this set text.
Oh.
So here we have the same thing. How did that help us?
We were confirming how to set the text. Simple as that. And we learned how to set the text. So I would say here you could pass in the parameter Sting so that it sets the text by whoever calls that API.
Okay.
I would like to TDD this, just to be clear, audience, but I can't because this is a view layer class, and unless we go through the rigmarole of mocking context and attribute to test the view layer class too, we can't test drive that. So we are doing traditional bad programming where you don't write tests first because the framework doesn't make it easy for us. It may be possible, hypothetically, but that's a whole bunch of, you saw the context and the attribute sets. We're going to stay away from that, and we're going to work around, this is how we avoid having to learn 5 hours of show. You don't want to watch us reading the book for 5 hours, and aha! Now we know what to do. So we're gonna work around that by not testing that, because it was never the goal to test the view class, but we do want to test the other class. So you could change it. I would just pass in that
Okay,
parameter
so
Sting.
The I've got Sting being passed in.
The parameter is on line 16, and you're not using the parameter on line 17.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because you're trying to like, make comments about staying on the show. And your mic.
And I don't think I can change anything now. I don't know why.
Oh, really? It did it again? You're right. I think I only see highlighting.
No,
What
wait,
is
hold
going
on.
man?
Hold on. I know I can highlight, and I can hit the
Jeez,
delete
oh,
key.
Pete, it won't-
Okay,
but it won't let you insert. All right.
great. And now
I'm gonna call this a Zoom bug, man.
STING.
This is a Zoom bug, bro.
S
It's not working.
S.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. Sorry, I gotta drive for a second. And I gotta go to I gotta bring this stupid thing back. Remote control. Well, stop remote control. And then I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna give you remote control. I think that's a Zoom bug, man. Unless you're hitting a meta key, I don't see how that could happen. Now what? I heard a bonk on my
really?
side. Something wrong? Oh, well, you got it.
Yeah, I did too. But
Is it typing? Yay!
I'm trying
You're getting
my best.
Sting in there again. Sting!
Oh,
Sting!
Sting, baby, Sting. Okay, all right. Now I understand what Sting means. Okay, I had
Hey,
no
it was
concept
your
of
variable,
where
David.
Sting was.
If you don't like it using Sting, then change the name of the parameter.
If I tried to do a refactor now, let me see if I can find refactoring. No, I can't. No. I don't know how to refactor in this tool. So yeah, I can't do it.
Is it being stubborn?
I say we go up here and see if this thing runs and builds.
Okay. Yeah, it should.
And
Oh, I gotta hide that.
it should,
I gotta hide
but
this because it's not gonna let us. Maybe a smarter thing is to move it somewhere else. But I bet no matter where it's at, it's gonna be in the way. Stick it there. All right, we'll try that for a while. All right, to run the test, you could just hit the play button because the context is already set up for test. But you want to run the app.
yeah, but I can't get.
Do you want to run the app?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to run whatever this is and see if it's going to work, but I can't actually do it for some reason.
And then run app. On our Pixel 3a. Are you familiar with the Pixel?
No, I'm not.
I think that might be a Chinese phone. Wait a minute,
It's-
Pixel. Is that a Huawei phone? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Still installing.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's
doing anything?
down here it's installing and it's
on your
launching.
screen?
And this thing which
Yeah,
will always be in the way
can't
of
see all that.
everything. Okay. Davey! That means it's time to switch screen.
Okay.
Hello, first fragment. Maybe your goal was to actually set the text to Sting,
All right.
but I'm confident that we know that set text works, so I don't think, yeah. So what we want to do is write our unit test, though.
I was hoping we could.
Yeah?
We want to be able to set the text from the unit
Yeah.
test, right? So
we
I
wanna be
wonder
able to
how I could
we
get.
want our SSN something
Unit
watcher
test.
to set the text, and we want to make it unit testable. So it's all design driven. It won't actually affect the phone ever. In production, the same SSNTextWatcher will use that API to set the text. So here's my proposal. You want a system? I'm hearing you want you have the need a system test, and that's cool. We can do this pretty fast. We just gotta we gotta continue a little bit more with our refactoring. Is this thing does pass in this, so that's okay. But we got to change this type, and I guess we have to go to the this thing and change it from this to our text interface. Oops. Oh, sorry, I was working on a lesser keyboard for a moment there. Text interface. All right, cool. Now we got, I think that's all good. And then if you wanted to make it show up, that you can write to it in a system test way, instead of printing out, we could print out to the text edit. So now you could put in your comment to sting in here, and you.
So now I want to go over to the test class.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
that's good too.
And call it from over there. But I don't.
Sorry, you're driving.
I'm not
okay,
sure I can do everything.
Go ahead and go find. There it is.
I was trying.
And now you can collapse that because we'll probably
Yeah.
delete all that stuff very short.
Oh my goodness.
So unless you like to
Okay.
do it'll exercise your mouse wheel though.
Collapse that.
That's your.
No, I didn't. And then what the heck is this thing?
Yeah, we could get. We're going to do a lot of deleting after this. Okay, so the watcher instantiation, SSNTextWatcher now needs a something to instantiate, David, and that something has to implement a text interface, which is so hard because it's got one API. And never needs the collapse feature of the text editor. And it doesn't need Mockito. So I feel like we sidestepped a lot of ickiness by just saying, no, we're not going to do that anymore.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Yeah, you can do that.
We can get rid of all
Yes,
this
that's all
stuff here?
useless. It was good learning experience. We'll call it that. And it was.
Okay. And we need to pass in, instead of all this crap here, we want to delete it and see how many
wonder if you
parens
could-
we've got to
Yeah, I
have.
don't know this. In Java, I could implement
we
this
won't-
on one line, I think, an interface, but on Kotlin, I don't know how to do it. Oh, you probably.
Oh yeah, now you're just trying
Yeah,
to
let's be fancy.
I can implement this
Type
in
in-
one line. Okay, do it. Tell
Type
me
in
what it is.
Text interface and in Dvorak, David, in Dvorak. Now the gauntlet's been thrown. All right, you can do it in US keyboard. We'll save the Dvorak lesson for later. That's the one true
good.
keyboard layout, folks.
So I wonder, is a T a T?
Yes. Well, no, I
No
switched
matter
it for
where
you.
it is.
Text watch.
TEXT.
Text interface, and then put in parentheses, and then a curly brace. And then in the curly brace, declare a function. I don't know if you have to type override in Kotlin. Maybe. Actually, that light bulb might save your bacon, David. It might actually implement it for you. If you pause over the red squiggles.
Where's the
I
light
think you have
bulb?
to pause over the red squiggles. It was there for a second.
Okay,
Convert
pause.
to, how about more actions? Because you don't want to be anonymous.
Convert to object.
Oh, wow. It needs the constructors and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. This will be interesting.
More actions.
Yeah.
Do I click that?
Well, I
know there was supposed to be a set text in there, isn't
think
there?
it's not helping us. And there's all kinds of problems. It may not actually be able to do what I hope it can do in one line. Anyways, David, just declare a
All
mock interface somewhere, and you can delete our other mocks
I'm trying.
if you want.
I'm trying to get over there, but not sure my keyboard's working for me. Okay, I want a new. And then I want to implement fun set text, and this thing probably has to have a string passed to it,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Or sting, depending on how you.
Does it have to be yeah, does it have to be a string or a sting?
All right, It's all good. And
And then
just
what's it
leave it
do?
blank for now. Let's see if we can get the syntax working. I mean, eventually this is our spy. Remember the spy pattern? We'll have to say, well, did you get set correctly? And, so.
Oh, okay. So it's not actually going to go up and do anything. It's just going to be spying on it, is what you're
Right.
saying.
Because that's all we need for unit test.
Oh, that's what I was. That's what I was missing. Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you for.
Well, it's code we had to write eventually.
kinda
You're just getting back to the.
Yeah, that kind of plugged it in for me. That it's like, oh, okay, we're not actually going to call. We're not going to go back up and call the thing. We're just
we broke
going
that
to
dependency.
record with
Snap. Now we don't have to deal with context and
Yeah.
attributes and all that fun stuff. But now the syntax part, I don't know the syntax part. So let's just try this. And then I think you got to declare a class. Whoops. Go back to the one true keyword layout. I don't know. I'm just trying this. So this is a mock. How the heck would this work? I'm trying to guess how Kotlin would do it because I know how to do it in Java. Mock text interface implements, and then I don't think it needs this. And then I don't know. You can put that there maybe. Probably have to use a bunch of steps because I'm not sure. Oh, interface is a keyword too. Okay, so how about?
Okay.
So this is mimicking our text field. So let's just call it that maybe. Yeah. Yeah, the call for dinner's coming up. So anyways, we're about ready to wrap up. We just gotta get this syntax worked out. Can we do a Google and see how to do this? Because
You can.
Kotlin implement interface inline. Ooh, now I'm getting excited again.
Uh-oh.
This is what I love to do in Java for testing, and it looks like Kotlin supports it.
Okay, slide the screen over one way so that the whole audience can
Oh.
see it.
I'm sorry, what do we mean? I think the whole audience can see it either way.
That's working. Yeah. That's better.
No?
Nope.
Sorry. Do you want to move it? Because
Slide
I
the
really I'm not sure
screen
what
to the
you're going for.
I don't know how to move it because I don't know if I
Oops.
have control or if anything.
We were both controlling at the same time there for a moment.
Oh, okay. It seems to have
It's on the
disappeared.
bottom. Where else?
Oh, I was letting. I have no idea where all these things are, so I was letting you drive. You're driving.
So
My
does
hands
this
are
help?
up here.
Is it like full screen maybe?
Yeah, that's great. That's
Okay.
great right there.
So
Okay.
I have an interface. I want to be able to create stuff. In Java 8 I could do it the cool way. And, anyways, what's the answer? What the heck? Oh, this is probably a little bit more crazy than we need to worry about. Object colon something. So here's a greeter equal to object colon. Okay. Well, all right. Well, it's syntax. I can't question it. I just got to follow it.
Yeah, so copy that and paste it into our
Well,
thing there. We'll just replace
Don't we just have to add this piece in front of our.
Well, we need the override.
Oh, that's true. Okay. All right.
Um,
Let's copy that then. Functional interface. What's this? I'm not sure. Copy. Looks like some good stuff in there. I think a closure would make sense here too, but I don't know how to do that either. All right, so paste it above. Okay, so we do object, mock text interface, oops, this thing. and override.
Override. Mm-hmm.
And then no semicolon, or no parentheses, I mean.
Yeah, well, you need a, okay. I think you need an implementation there, don't you? But maybe you don't.
That would be Java. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever it wants. I don't know what. It's like Kotlin doesn't care. Huh. Okay. I think that syntactically is correct. And I don't see any compile errors. I see this. What is this all about? Oh, run the test. Okay. It's interesting. Is it? It puts it.
That's the green thing, not the red thing.
I don't know what that's all about. Is it running it? It's building. Interesting. It puts exclamation points to kind of. I think it's trying to guide you to. Hey, you better run your bloody tests. You've been changing code. I never noticed that impact right now. I think you should just make the whole screen turn a little bit red. I'm seeing red. All right. Well, that works. Okay. So I think we successfully designed our way out of a hot spot, a hot place, something like that.
So we've got a spy, not necessarily a mock.
I would
a hidden spot.
Sure. You know, I'm not so judgmental about putting people in boxes. So, so I tend to use the blanket words mock, and then the activity he may do is spying, or he may be, you know. People get tied up in the taxonomy of these things, and I think that's a waste of time. Personally, it's like it's a class that isn't the same as the real class, and it's gonna like do stuff. And that what's exactly gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna invent it as I go, as I write the test. And I'm confident, David, eventually we're gonna care about what that set text got called, and that's spying. So that's why I said that. So I know some people will attribute its role as spying only, and it's not a mock. And those people, I don't know if I don't get along with them. I just don't spend time worrying about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess what I wasn't seeing was anyway, this has been helpful because I think I might, my brain hurts enough that it might have learned something.
I think. Hang on a second. Did I run the test? I ran the test, right? I'm deleting our extra cropped. Hang on a second, and then we'll close the show.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what we learned. All right. Instantiate the class. We actually use this test a lot. We still are using it today. And we didn't quite get to this yet. Okay. And our test passed. So let's run all of our tests, I suppose. I know we have to, but let's just teach good manners here. Run all the tests. Good process. Sometimes we think we only have a few tests, and then we discover, oh, there's some other tests that were added I didn't know about. For example, we still have that example unit test out there. I think we could delete that now. Oh, man. Are you telling me if I double click on things, it won't take it to the editor? Oh, there it goes. And then I got to go here. And then I have to do a delete. And I can't find delete. Oh, there it is. Yes, we have no use for that one anymore. And all right. And then I can run the tests again. And there'll be only the two. And then we have a unit test teed up to what we want to do next week. If we want to make it failing, which is actually a practice people would suggest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fail. Okay. Oops, no semicolon. Now we should have a failing unit test as a bookmark to where to go from here, folks. I wouldn't consider checking in the code this way, otherwise your team will be like alarmed. But if you were going to walk away from the computer because you're going home or something, long weekend, whatever, this is and not checking the code, this is a good bookmark. So we have that right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's close the show, man.
That's awesome. All right. Well, my brain's hurting, so yeah, I must have. I was very scared with all that going down the the rabbit trail of trying to instantiate an Android environment.
Yes, Alice, come see the Mad Hatter, Alice. Oh, isn't he a cool Mad Hatter? And look, there's a cat. Oh, look at the cat. Study the cat.
Yeah.
All right, that was
Yeah. The cat's smiling.
Yeah, that was a. Well, honestly, if it had worked out and it turned out to be easy to do, we would have just done it and we would have moved on. But it turned out to not be easy, and we then thought, okay, before we go down there, let's come up with a design change, and we did that, and I think it's going to work out fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because
All
if
right.
we
Well, a little
if
bit
we
of
could have newed
progress.
up the context and newed up the attribute, we just move on. We would have got to the testing part, but we realized or learned, the system told us, hey folks, there's like 50 member functions you're going to have to potentially implement. Now I know it won't be all 50. It'll be like a small set, but still that's work. And yeah. So I guess what I would say, let me suggest this. Try. So actually, this episode, which is whatever episode number we're up to,
I think it's 3-0.
we are Hawaii 5. We're Hawaii 3-0. I would say so there's this aesthetic of avoiding creating extra classes like mock objects unless you know you need them. So we tried making making mock objects or spies or whatever terms you want to use, if you can. And we learned we can't. We need one. So the next step was try. If you have failing the above, then make a simple mock using your OOD, object-oriented design skills. Failing the above.
This is starting to be a heuristic,
Maybe it's
isn't
not
it?
so simple. And think of a design solution. And then we could say again, using your OO skills, but okay. So we end up going back to that last step. And now I think we're set up once again, David.
Next week, it's going to be
Next
awesome.
week, we're actually going to write some unit tests. Anything else I should add to that list?
Okay. Let me see. Next week, next week is like July the 4th or
Yeah,
something.
and we are fixing, that's a Texas term for those of you who don't know, fixing to have another episode, but we'll have our planning meeting on Wednesday and we'll decide for sure. That was 29, and not
Right.
30, it's 30. Okay, cool. All right, man. I think it's time to X out of here.
I'm out of here. Talk to you later.
Bet.